Hello, hello! I sure hope you guys are able to hear me well enough. Hello everyone, hope you guys can hear me. Alright, so the plan is I've just finished out making the third world. Thank you Acers, glad you can hear me. I just finished out the third world of a map pack I'm working on. And this map pack has 4 worlds. The first one being Whitley, the second one being Old Aperture, and the third one being Art Therapy. And now I'm going to start on the fourth and final world, which is Overgrown. And just to give you guys a little peek, I'm just going to play through these and you guys can see the how the maps start out. So this is the first puzzle in the fourth world. As you can see, it's basically just a sketch, a blueprint of sorts. It's got a faith plate, it's got a light bridge, and it's got a laser. So first of all, actually I did it wrong. Gotta do it like this. The first step after I've completed the puzzle is to basically give it a quick playtest, just to make sure that everything is alright. Just to make sure there are no trapping situations. We'll do it like this. Then we go back here. And we're done. So this is the first puzzle. So let me just take a look here. I don't have a file for it yet. So what I'm going to do is, first of all, copy this one, rename it to 4-1. And 4-1 has no fog, has no backgrounds of any sorts, at least not for now. There we go. We start out with the most basic of layers, which is the background layer. The background color, let me rename it to background color. A deset color is alright to have, a couple of them. The tiles layer, remove this. The first transparent layer, the second transparent layer, the light layer. Usually they don't have more than one light layer. The second light layer, which is where the tiles are lit up. The highlight, which is just to make the foreground and background a little more noticeable. The props layer, which is buttons and, well, props really. Prop mask, which is just to make some things easier. And the background layer once more. So first step is to take a print of these maps. Let me just to make it easier, I go to the editor and I start the map, take a screenshot, then I paste it here. Right. Second world, or rather second level. And line it up. Alright. Third level. Line it up. And the last level. The very last level of this map pack. I think we're ready to start. Alright, so... Oh, right. I'm using paint.net to create the background images. Using paint.net, which has a lot of cool features such as layers. I can edit the pixels with a grid. I have blending options for the layers and a bunch of other cool features. Filters, a lot of tools. It's pretty cool. So let me keep it minimized. Alright, thanks OBS. Hope you guys can hear me again. Let me take a look. String health is alright. Just burped, I guess, for a little while. So, first things first, I'm going to use Whitley as a reference point. Just like I did with art therapy, I'm going to copy the tiles from this one because I want them to be more or less the same. Actually, I'm going to copy from this one. So, this one is going to be overgrown, which means I'm gonna have some broken tiles, some missing panels. Actually, I might use Whitley for that. So, tiles like this, which have cracks and stuff. Cables, definitely gonna have cables, gonna have the plants later. So, do I have a reference? This. I want this tile here. So, I start out. What is this layer? Oh, the highlight layer. I don't want this for now. And what else? Oh, background color. Alright. Tiles. Let me add another layer of this set, temporary, just to make things easier. Alright. So, tile here. Pearl label tile. How do I want this? Like this? Or like this? Or I can have it like... Where is it? I can have it like this. That could work. Yeah, I might have it like this. Not here though, but up there. Gonna copy this guy. then this guy, and this one. That's the one I was looking for. And because this is overgrown, I have to think where I want to add debris and missing tiles. Like this entire bit can be missing, this bit can be just plants and stuff. Anything that has a lot of tiles is basically free room for editing. It's free real estate, basically. Gonna add the exit tile already. Yes, I do have all the puzzles already. It's just a matter of playtesting and adding decorations and stuff. The actual puzzles are already finished. I do have a few backup puzzles of sorts in case I feel the need to swap out puzzles or rework stuff. But those are all on paper. I don't have anything concrete. The reason we have tiles as our spawning points and as our endpoints is because in Mari0 with a 0 we don't have elevators, and there are only two ways of transitioning between levels. The first one is the level flag, which I'm gonna show you real quick. Let me just solve this puzzle real quick. Between the worlds I have the level flag because the pipes can either take me to another world altogether, like world 5, or they can take me to sub-levels like level 1-1, or rather 4-1_1. So the compromise I found was to have a pipe, because pipes take very little space, and then take me to this level, which is basically just works as a transition. Which I'm going to decorate, of course, somewhat. The other option would be to increase the level size and add a flag, but that would be way too big. And some levels, like let me see here, like this one, I have the exit right here, so the flag wouldn't work at all, even if I wanted. So pipe is the compromise. I have a custom light bridge meter somewhere here. Where is it? Light bridge. Here. No, that's the that's not what I was looking for. Oh, here. This one. That's the one I'm going to use. For this guy. Well, it's quote-unquote custom light bridge because I'm still bound by the original light bridge design. I can only draw around it, basically. That's those are the limitations I have to face. I cannot customize. Speaking of customizing stuff, I just realized that I don't have a custom laser meter. So that's something I'm gonna have to work on, because this level uses a laser and I don't have anything for it. Right here, this guy. I have made a custom laser field meter. Actually, in Mario the lasers kill you, so I have to use them as both a laser emitter and as a laser field. So, what? What? Have I copied the wrong layer? Probably. Alright. So, actually, that was a waste of time, because I can just set up my props layer. Here, this one. So the way I do it is I select everything that I cannot change at all, things that I literally cannot edit, like emitters and stuff. I select them all and I copy them, so I have a reference for them that is not bound to my screenshot. I unfortunately cannot make overgrown buttons like I did in my hollow purpose map pack. That was really good. So this right here is temporary, because this only represents a signage. I might just connect the end line all the way around here. We'll see. That's something that is up to change. Lots of fizzlers. Oh, and another limitation that I have, and I really hate this limitation. I cannot toggle fizzlers. I cannot turn off a fizzler in Mario, at least not in the original. Oh yeah, definitely. Yes. I forgot to set up the lives. Well, at least Mario has the option to not have lives, or rather infinite lives, because if it wasn't for that, then I would refuse to make maps where you can die, which would be quite difficult because a lot of these maps require lasers. Okay, so I copy these to the props layer. Again, these guys are subject to change. And next, I select all of the end lines. Right here, and paste them here. Next, whoops, didn't mean that. Next, I create a prop mask layer, which is just a fancy way of showing places where I can't change stuff, like this. So later on I can just add the end lines depth, I guess, details. Oh, I'm definitely going to need these broken tiles. I can just close the old aperture. Not going to use that. I need a target on the ceiling, which I have here, conveniently. A lot of the mapping process is just copy-pasting, but that's just because I already have material to work with. Otherwise, it wouldn't be that easy. Gotta copy the tiles layer here. I have the feeling that this is just, yeah, 7 high. I don't want 7 high, I want 8 high. Which I have here. No, I don't. That's 7 also. Where do I have a 7, or rather an 8 high? Here. This one. There we go. Much better. And I can use some of these also. Let me remove the lighting layers, because they're just gonna get in the way. I used to work on these map packs on my lunch break at work, but I only have like 30 minutes or so every day to work on it, and working on something on 30-minute intervals is really not ideal, especially when it requires a long thought process like mapping. I don't remember why I have this set up this way. Was it just to make it look fancy? Oh no, actually I think at some point I wanted to reuse the light bridge here, but... that's something to experiment. What if... Let me test this. So actually, as a way to speed up testing, I can do this, and I can do... yeah, just that. Let's test it. So... well, actually, yeah, I'm gonna need this. Oh, and I gotta remove the fizzler. There. Is this something that would help or make the map more interesting? I don't think so. Nah, it doesn't look that interesting. Yeah, I don't think that's necessary. That's just adding a step, isn't it? A necessary step. Actually, I should probably remove the sound effects. Because sound effects belong to Nintendo. Oof, yeah, I'm gonna remove it altogether. Don't want Nintendo on my back. On my mod, I can set up the volume of sound effects and music independently, but since I don't have music here yet, that's not going to be an issue. So I can add a step. Let me carve this here. To just do this, and then the elevator would be here. But I don't think that's really clever. Well, you see Aciers, it should, but Nintendo is not exactly friendly with YouTubers. They have a bad reputation for it, but yeah. What else could I do to this map? I don't think I should actually have that. But also, I can have this lower, right? Well, you see, yes, I know I would win in a claim, but they just go claiming, so I don't want to have to deal with that. It's just easier to not have to deal with that than to have to deal with that, even though I'm sure that I'm going to win the claim, or rather, I should win the claim. Just not worth the effort, I guess. Actually, I'm just thinking here. This is just decoration. I can have this blocked off, because this doesn't do anything. This is just a room for me to place a portal. But I figured it would look nice to have it like glass here. Like this. So that it behaves like glass. Doesn't serve any purpose in the puzzle other than just looking fancy. Should I keep it? Should I keep it this size? It's just like a window, except of course the player can see everything because it's 2D, but I figured it would look nice here. Not sure. Cause blocked off it looks way too bulky, like this. Not sure I like this. Just looks too, yeah, too blocky. That's exactly what it looks like. So maybe I should have it like this. Mechanically speaking, it serves no purpose and makes no difference. Or, oh my god, I'm so stupid. Wait, no. Wait. Cause like, yes, I can block it off, but while editing, I can just replace this with glass, like this. Except I would need the glass to be this thickness. Do I have an example of this somewhere? Okay, let me use this one as an example. Wait, no, that one. This one. Like this, yeah. It works. Actually, let me get this one. No, okay. Just pretend this isn't portalable. I could have the glass here, but it would be the thickness of a tile because, let me actually show. When I'm on the other side, I would also need the collision here. So I can have this glass on the thickness of the wall, but with any texture that I want, or I can have a very thin one that looks like this right here, because this is the same thing actually, the exact same situation. I just wanted to make it glass because I had the chance, basically. Makes no difference to the gameplay, just right here is grading. So blocks or thin glass? I'm leaning towards thin glass at the moment, unless you guys have any objections. Okay, so I made it bigger. What else can I change in this design? The spawning point is here, that doesn't change. What's the fizzler, or rather, the portal label surface is looking like? Okay, that's good, because because in game they touch in this corner right here, but here I have a little more control and I can separate these two. Makes it clearer, I think, in my opinion. Actually, because the ant line goes through here, I think I'm going to use the full surface. Yeah, like this one. So that the ant lines don't cross the middle of the tiles. That'll look weird. Like I was saying earlier, I have quote-unquote custom tiles for emitters, but they just draw around them. But they still look nice, I think, in-game. Because usually, like the fizzler right here, we just have this white thing, right? And let me get this one. Like, look how much nicer it looks. It has a proper background, it has this transparency layer to it that goes behind the particles, and it has these attachment points at the base of the tiles. I think it looks better this way, even though the difference is marginal. Like, there's also this level right here. The laser emitters, I can't change them, but I can at least add these textures around them, like right here. Makes a small difference, but I think it's worth it. Like, it's very subtle, but I guess looks nice. So I should do the same thing on this one. Right, copy and paste. Same for the one above. I should have copied this bit first, but okay, that's easy to fix. I'm gonna use this tile here. Like this. Whoops. Okay, that's a start. Oh, and the nice thing, well, not nice exactly, but I can add some strips under the faith plate to call attention for them, because in game, usually like this, they're very hard to spot. Like, very hard to spot. You can just walk over it without realizing it's there. But, and since I can't change the faith plate textures, what I found as a solution is to just add hazard strips under them. That calls for attention. So whenever you see hazard strips, you just know there's a faith plate there. That's something I kind of borrowed from Desolation. Same goes for these hazard strips for the laser fields. I just kind of borrowed the idea of having more hazard strips in game. I think it looks nice. So the exact same concept goes here. Just gonna add hazard strips to this fate plate. Target is already here. Oh, let me update the Oh, I can't. Right. Thanks. So now, whoa, that's not what I meant to do. Okay. Just gonna paste this on top here. Hey Teo. Whoops. Yeah, actually, like this. So now I have all this space here to work with. I think I'm gonna have some vines here, maybe. Yeah, vines growing out of this would be nice. Actually, new window. Let me see if I can find one thing real quick. 1 second. Just browsing something. Yes, that's exactly how I made Hollow Purpose. In fact, I'm temporarily calling at least. I'm temporarily calling this one Simile Thought. And it is a spiritual sequel to Hollow Purpose. But let me just find something real quick here. This one. This one should be good enough as an example. I have this map pack I made once. It's called Pop-Up Portal. It was one of my first map packs, and the first world is overgrown. So the idea is to do something like, oh, hold on. A little like this. With the vines, maybe. Alright, let me try to find the other one. 1 second. Where is Hollow Purpose? Oh, this one. Hollow Purpose, where are you? That's a terrible example. Yeah, that's a terrible example. Hollow Purpose has very few vines, so yeah. Gonna have to make my own. Okay. Oh yeah, I gotta delete this as well. So what changed was just this. Alright. So now gotta add some vines here. and also push this up. There. Keep the prop mask. I don't think I can use this. Actually, you know what would be funny? Although I don't see how that... How would that fit though? 1 second, I'm having some ideas. Like... And this is just an idea. So you know how in the... well, you may or may not know this, but I took some liberties with my art therapy map levels. They all have paintings on the wall. Kind of like... Kind of reminiscent of... Whoops. Why is my media player like that? Okay. It's kind of reminiscent of Redman's paintings, but also a little more art therapy, you know? Because like art therapy has absolutely no art in it. So I just took the liberty of adding some paintings on the walls. Like right here is the waterfall, right here is snowfall. So I have this tree, right? And it's just a painting. But what if in the quote-unquote lore, this map pack has no lore, don't worry. It has no story whatsoever. But what if this tree existed, like up here maybe, or something, and the quote-unquote artist behind the painting just copied this tree? Like in-universe kind of lore. Just a thought. Would be funny, may or may not work. Gotta fix, oops, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, like this. Rotate and put it here. Is this right? Can't remember. Yes, that's right. That's right. And well, I will just fill in the gaps. But I was thinking maybe this tree should be a little bit different in this case, since you know the author painted it at a different time. So I was thinking of it not having any leaves like winter, but then how do you explain all the vines? So maybe it should be like spring. I hate it when this happens. Okay. Maybe it's like spring? Actually. Let me... open this here. Whoops, covered the chat. Hold on, I think I have a screenshot of the tree before I cut it to pieces. Somewhere. Earlier than this? Earlier? Or do I not have it? Is this the earliest I got? This one. Is this the earliest? Because I had at least a version of this tree before I added the stripes and stuff like that. Oh well. So it's just an idea. I'm not going to deal with it right now because I'm not working on this map. Just gonna leave it like this. Just as a what if kind of scenario. Just gonna leave it there. But for here, I'm gonna have some vines. And to have vines, I need these frame tiles. Right here. I'm heavily considering stealing from... Oh hey Hans. I'm seriously considering stealing from Hollow Purpose actually. Let me take a look here real quick. 1 second. Do I still have the Hollow Purpose project? I think I do. Project. Not here. How is it not here? Where could it possibly be? Is it really not here? It's not here. Hey We2. Is it really not here? What the heck? Hollow Purpose, where the heck is it? Hollow screenshot? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Hollow panel? No, that's another project. Come on. Do I really not have it though? What? How? How come I don't have it? Not even in my hard drive. Or rather my external drive. Well, that's extremely disappointing. Very disappointing. Yeah, I just don't have it. That is... What? Okay, so I don't have it. I don't have the Hollow Purpose project on me right now. I would have to take a closer look later. But I can start by adding some vines. Let's just start small. It's just a start. Then add some leaves. Hey Steam stream. Hmm. Maybe move this up a little. Actually, like this, yeah. That could work. Oh my god, my back is hurting! I'm too old, I guess. If I'm having back problems. Yeah, that could work. Also, and this is the main point of this overgrown map pack. Every map pack so far has had something different going on. Like the Whitley map pack has a lot of cables and structures and stuff. Like it kind of looks like the campaign, but a lot more yellow and stuff. The art therapy has the paintings and stuff. The old aperture is kind of flat on that sense, I guess. But for overgrown, like we've all seen 1,000 overgrown maps. But you know what I've never ever seen in an overgrown map? Flowers. Like just think about it for a second. Have you ever been to an abandoned place that has vines growing on it but has absolutely no flowers? I mean, it's possible, yes, but kind of rare. Flowers and mushrooms and, you know, not just vines. Portal 2 is kind of unrealistic in that sense, where it only has vines everywhere. Oh, yeah. So my plan is to have like pinks and purples and... Well, Portal 2 has very moderate use of mushrooms. I'm talking about having a ton of mushrooms. Like just think about having a place abandoned for decades. Like there would probably be a lot of mushrooms in a lot of places. I just don't think it's realistic to have so few of them like Portal 2 does. So flowers and mushrooms abound. I just realized that. Wow. Yeah, Hans, that's... Who would have thought, huh? Mushrooms in a Mario map. What a world. I hadn't thought of it this way. That's hilarious. Where would be a good place for mushrooms? Somewhere a little cozy? And how would mushrooms look? Actually, let me just finish the vines before I start thinking of mushrooms. And don't worry, I know these vines are actually a little too bright at the moment, but I'm going to balance it out with the additional layers and color changes. This is just the first sketch. I could have a longer vine somewhere, maybe. Also, I have to think of where sunlight comes from. So there's definitely going to be sunlight in here. So actually that works out great. Let me just create a temporary lighting layer, temp light, and let's define an angle for the sun. Let the function of x be as such. Yes, like this. vines get some sunlight. Sunlight gets vines. What did you consider? Making the details first and then the layout? Because actually I usually have the layout first, but I kind of do it both ways, because I plan the layout at more or less the same time I plan out the details, because in order to have some details I need some of the layout. Oh, you mean like making the tiles in the map? That's a lot of work. Like, let me tell you from experience, it's a lot of work. You would be better off with the tile set, actually. I just do it this way because, I don't know, I just like having this much control over the final product, I guess. But yeah, I do it like this, and then sunlight. Let there be sunlight. So in this case, it makes sense to have vines here. Just gonna lower it a little bit. Oh, I love this song. It's my favorite song of all time, currently. I mean, yeah, definitely. Like, in here, you have this rainbow. It's the, actually, let me show you in-game. The advantage of having the mapping process and the detail process happen at the same time is that, for instance, this map. You have this part of the puzzle, which you have to use this faith plate right here to launch across to here. And notice how you follow the rainbow path as you fling. That only happens because the mapping process and the detailing process happen simultaneously. That's one of the advantages. Same thing goes, where was it? Oh, right here. So you gotta spawn the cube, right? Let me... Notice the cube falling. It falls on the same place as the waterfall, which is a nice way of drawing attention to both the cube and the waterfall. Like, one calls for attention for the other. So those are the advantages of it, but there are also some big disadvantages. Like, if you have to change the layout like I did here, I had this over one block here, and then when I moved it I had to basically redo a lot of the layout and the lighting. I had to redo some of the background. It's a lot of work. So like, yes, it's worth it, but also it's way too consuming. Not only time consuming, but energy consuming. It is worth it in the end, I guess. It looks nice. These vines are looking pretty good, I think. I might actually, and this is something I had already planned out. Each world, let me just close this real quick, close this, and reopen them, because I want the original files. And you will notice each world has a color palette. Wheatley has cyan and yellow. underground has oranges and greens. Art therapy has blue and yellow. And this one I'm still working out, but it's probably going to be green and pink, or green and purple. The green from the overgrown and the lighting with the yellows, and the purple and pink from the flowering, or something like that. Hey, another hands 1 and hands 2, I guess. And yes, I do a lot of visual guiding. Like, for instance, recently, like very recently, I added this red light here because I noticed originally, let me just go here, originally like this, you had very little attention to this area, so it was really easy to miss out that if you were to found out here, you would die. So the solution was to add red light because it's ominous and stuff. I actually considered joining the log jam, but I just cannot afford the time to work on a game. I tried it once a while ago and it didn't go well. But actually it didn't go well because I got sick. But even then, like with work and stuff, it's just too time consuming. And even though I don't have work this weekend and stuff, but yeah, I don't think I have the time to join the jam at the moment. I would love to, I would really love to. It's an interesting theme, it's frequency, but I don't even know what type of game I would make out of it. Like a rhythm game maybe? Or what I had considered. Yeah, I'm definitely going to quit my job to work on a game jam, definitely. But that's, like I was saying, it's not even my job at the moment, it's just, it's too time consuming and real life priorities and stuff. It just wouldn't work at the moment. Maybe next time, maybe next year, maybe one day in the future. Hopefully one day in the future. Because these jams are really fun. Actually, I was about to say, for the theme of frequency, I was thinking of a Doppler shift or red shifting as a mechanic. But actually I had considered a physics kind of puzzle game where you have to control your speed, and depending on your speed the world would red shift or blue shift, and depending on whether it's red shifted or blue shifted, you would have certain mechanics behave in different ways. So it's kind of like playing with the speed of light, I guess. Would go with frequency pretty well. Excuse me. But yeah, I don't think I have the time for that anymore. I mean, it's all yours if you want to make a game out of it someday. The nice thing about the jam is that we can just make it at our own pace. It's like we might miss out on the jam, but we can still, you know, use the game in the future, and we're not exactly bound by the deadline. We can just keep working on the game until we're happy with it. That's the nice thing. Hey Fumbly! But yeah, I don't know, I think I kind of lack the self-discipline required to work on a jam, because the last time it happened I slacked a lot. I'm glad you could make it. I was worried you would wake up after the stream was done. More vines? Not sure. I think I was on the Love Discord at some point, but I rarely ever work with Love at the moment. I have made a couple of experiments using Love, but they were just experiments. Actually, let me... Here, I have a code doodle folder. Oh yeah, I made this flocking thing. Let me try it out. It's super slow, but yeah. Actually, let me use this one. I was playing around with flocking, and it didn't really work. I mean, it kind of works, but also doesn't. Yeah, and it's mostly experiments in here. Playing around with meshes. What is this donut thing? I don't remember. Oh, it's that one, the one I made a GIF out of. That one looks cool in my opinion. Just love here. Yeah. Point is, it's time consuming and I have other priorities. Yeah, I think that sums it up nicely. And currently, my main priority, my main project is this one, because once I'm done with this one, then I have a map in Portal 2 that I want to work on, and after that I have some other projects, a game to be more precise. Move these closer together. Too close. Alright, that looks better. Secret Project X. It's not really too secret, I've spoken about it a few times in the past, but since I haven't publicly announced it, I just avoid talking about it just in order to not create any expectation. It's a small puzzle platformer in which you play as the paper delivery guy, and the main mechanic of the game is a block of newspaper. Literally, you play with a block of newspaper. It's mostly an environmental puzzle type of game. Has some nice visual ideas, but I just started prototyping it like literally this week. It's really, really rough at the moment. Actually, supposing vines are growing out of this area mainly, like from here, maybe there's something out here, I could have this one be a lot smaller. It's kind of a nice way of showing that there is some consistency in this world, like that. So the bigger vines, or the longer vines, are in this corner. Let's even make it bigger. And the smaller ones are on this end. Yeah, that's good. So all the vines are growing from the same place, kind of. Something like this, maybe. Even some growing out in here would be nice, I think. Like it's going around, wrapping around. Wow, that would look really cool actually. Something like this. That looks cool, I think. Maybe make it go out further. Like this. Yeah, that could work. That would look nice, I think. See, every now and again I have a good idea. It's not always, but sometimes. That looks nice, I think. Hey, brave Sackboy. Maybe some vines growing out to this side, maybe? Just gotta finish it down here. Yeah, that's really cool actually. I'm glad you guys joined. Oh yeah, it's very bare bones at the moment. This is just, I haven't even finished out the tiles, but I just decided to focus on this bit for testing purposes and also to have a grasp of what it would look like. Because the tiling process by itself is kind of boring and not really interesting to watch, so I'm just going to do that sparsely at the for the time being. That should work. Could have this tile here. Come on. Yes. Actually, let me show you a previous map, this one. If I... Well, actually making tiles is fun, but at this stage it's just a matter of literally copy and pasting tiles, because I've made most tiles already here. So I'm just copy pasting them into the already defined layout. But let me just show you real quick. If I replace all of the... There. and all of these, you notice that I do have tiles in here and the rest is the background, but the official, or rather final tile, is invisible. It is there, actually it's this one. It is there, but it's invisible, so you're left with the background. It's just a little trick that I used in Hollow Purpose. It's really easy to deceive the player into thinking they're looking through tiles when in fact they're looking at the background. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter because the final product looks exactly the same. A mistake I've made, and that was thank you, Family. The mistake I made with Pop a Portal, which was one of my first map packs, actually it wasn't really a mistake, it was a limitation. I had to have tiles for everything, including vines, so I had to make a limited amount of tiles or a limited amount of vines and reuse them in a lot of maps, and it got pretty repetitive pretty quickly. Yeah, exactly, when the map grows out and we lose the background parallax. Did you use a custom physics engine or box today for physics? Oh, I didn't make Mari0. I I didn't make it. It's a game by stabyourself.net. Yeah, actually, well, if you use my mod, please don't use my mod, but Mari0 HEC, or hack if you want, it has an overlay system. You can load up custom overlay files and you can have them anywhere on the mod, on the map actually. Oh yeah, how is it going, Hans? I really haven't seen it. Cause like you haven't posted it on the forum, which is the only place I have. Yeah, what the heck? Yeah, I have the puzzles laid out because I already worked on them for a long time. I've just been perfecting them ever since. Let me just quickly fix this. Yes, custom enemies work too. Actually, my plan, and this is kind of official, kind of unofficial, so please don't hold your breath, but my plan is, once I'm done with this, is to work on a mod exclusively for this map pack. A mod where I can just replace the entities and do it however I want. Have animations and stuff, kind of like using SE, but I get to control more features, such as having lasers not kill me. That is my #1 priority at the moment. Oh, I'm looking forward to seeing that, Hans. If you want to share them, that would be pretty nice. Cause yeah, you can make some pretty sick tiles and sprites. Yeah, I was actually thinking of using SE for that, because they both have more or less the same features. Oh, if you want to share them now, that would be appreciated, and I'm going to put them on the stream. If you don't mind, of course. If you don't mind me sharing. Do vines grow flowers? Let me ask Google. Actually, let me ask this Google right here. Okay, Google. Do vines grow flowers? No, not Durval. What the heck? No. Do vines grow flowers? What the heck? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Okay, so I'm just going to Google on my computer. Yeah, I want to see which vines I can use on Google Images. Vines, flowers. But I want wild vines, not... Oh my god. Oh my god, that's... Wow. Hold on a second. View image. This one. I think I'm going to use something like this actually. Because like this follows the color palette that I'm going for in this specific map. Purples and pinks and yellows and greens. So maybe I'm gonna have purple flowers growing in this one. Yes, that's absolutely gorgeous. Let's see what else. Like this, that would look really good. Actually, I may... Thing is... I wanted to have them kind of limited. Like right here, they just grow everywhere. But I wanted few flowers like this, like just growing in specific places. Ooh, these look awesome. Something like this would be amazing. My plan was to do something like this actually. Thank you, OBS. I don't know why you just farted again. Hope you guys can still hear me. So as I was trying to say, I was thinking of doing something like this where I have a bunch of flowers in one specific place and then a lot of green around it. Just like small bunches of flowers. Hold on a second, just answering my sister on the phone. One second, guys. Oh, I see. Well, if you can post a screenshot on, or rather the link to a screenshot, or post it on Imager. One second, I'm still answering my sister. Just a moment. Okay, so as I was saying, a few bunches of these. That's the goal, at least for now. Oh, this. I could do something like this. Just a few sparse flowers hanging. Something like this, maybe. I don't want to go overboard though, because it's supposed to be a... It's supposed to be wild vines. Oh, something like this. Yes, that's what I was thinking actually. Because where I work, oh, this one. No, well, something like this. Where I work, I have a few vines growing outside that look a little bit like this. Okay, good night, sister. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Brave Sackboy. Just saw the notification on my phone. Okay, so let's use for reference this one. Which one? This one. Let me add a layer just so I don't mess up with what I already have. Yeah, like this. Okay. I actually like this pink better. So maybe just one of the vines or a few of them are growing these. How would that work though? Hold on. Like squares? How can I make tiny flowers? Like this? Oh, yeah, maybe like this could work. Although that does feel weird. Maybe a few larger ones. Like this. That could look nice, I suppose. Yes, I am, actually. I'm trying to limit myself to this palette right here. And I have a couple of rules. One of them being that I can only use a limited amount of layers. I can't just go on stacking layer on top of each other. And the reason why I'm using a limited palette is not because of some perceived notion of purism in pixel art. It's just that when I limit myself to a palette, I am forced to be more creative with how I work. Oh, maybe try it now, Hans. Should hopefully work now. Oh wow, just that alone makes a big difference. Yeah, I can get behind this. Let's take a look. Yeah, that could work. Wow, this looks awesome. Yeah, because if I didn't have restrictions, actually I had to explain this to a friend a few times. Oops, links don't look so good. 1 second. Because I have... I have a custom CSS for this. So which color should I use for links? Yep, now you guys get to see me code and pixel art at the same time. Kato dark. Medium. That's, yeah. Like this, but that just blends in. Avocado main. Okay, text shadow. Big pixel, 1 pixel, var avocado, dark, come on, autocomplete for me. Dark, medium, transparent. That's the one. Or maybe not transparent. Or maybe just dark. Let's add some blur. Remove the Now that looks weird. That looks just weird. Let's not do that. So just avocado. Yeah, I have an avocado theme. Just dark. Yeah, that works. Copy, paste, save. Right. Thank you. I'm glad you understand that avocado theme is the best. Actually, let me show it on stream. Wow, that looks amazing, Hans. Wait, that's the end. That's the ending. That's... oh my god, that looks so good. This elevator right here looks amazing. I also love this logo. The Pato Corporation. That looks lovely. I also love the animations on the clouds. Great work. Yeah, I knew it would be awesome. I've seen his work before. He only makes amazing stuff. I also love the grass on the base of the trees. That looks really good. I love it. Well, now I've got some competition. I gotta one-up my maps now. Can't deliver anything subpar anymore. Well, not like I was planning to. Some healthy competition though. Well, do let me know when you record that. I would love to see that. Alright, some extra flowers here. Thank you. Why is it that my player keeps doing this? I don't understand. Oh, do feel free to do so. I mean, so long as you give me credit, of course, but I don't think you would just steal from me, so yeah, sure, go ahead. If you want, if you have paint.net, I can just give you the source files, so you can play around with the lighting and stuff, because like I was showing here, all this lighting is basically baked in. It's not shaders and stuff, it's just a literal layer that I can just remove like that. So you're gonna have to go through a lot of layers, but you can just get like right here, you can have this tile the way it is with all the bumps and stuff, or you can toggle the highlights, and there are also some overlays and stuff. especially for the background. Backgrounds have a lot of colors added on top. But yeah, as soon as I'm done, I can just give you the files and you can have a grand old time slicing through a lot of layers. Yeah, exactly. Actually, if I do this, it looks even worse because you can barely tell where the foreground and background are. But yeah, I can just turn on and off the lights like this. It looks even more noticeable here because the lights also reflect on the pipes on the background. So this is very much full bright, yeah. In fact, hold on, if I turn off this, wow, now that's full bright, alright? You know, this really makes me think, why doesn't Portal 2 have any, as far as I know at least, any overgrown map with flowers? Maybe it's just the fact that making the flowers would take some time to model, so people just don't do it. That's my theory at least. But then again, I'm pretty sure there are other Source games that do have flowers and stuff. Why don't people just port those? Because I've seen a lot of Portal 2 maps that have trees and all sorts of plants, but never flowers. Well, I don't see why they don't fit thematically, TeamSpan. It's overgrown, like it's nature taking over a test chamber. Flowers would just fit in, I think. I don't know, I think it's just a matter of preference, I guess. I think they fit. I personally think they fit. In my opinion, the overgrown theme should be more alive, because you have sunlight and water. Why not just have flowers and maybe even a couple butterflies if you so desire? Because actually I've seen some games that have that, like The Last of Us. They have some areas like that where nature is taking over and it's gorgeous. They have animals and stuff. Yeah, and a deer. Exactly. Definitely have a deer. Yeah, I just think, and this is kind of a hot take, I think even the best maps in the Portal 2 workshop at the moment are still playing way too safe. They don't experiment too much with themes and ideas, or well, they don't experiment in a way that isn't just completely all over the place, because most maps that I see are either completely by the books in terms of Portal 2 aesthetics, or they're completely wild and experimental with all sorts of random textures. The exception to the rules so far that I have seen are Stract's maps in the workshop, because they kind of play around with themes a bit. Like his art therapy isn't exactly like Portal 2's art therapy. Yeah, like the industrial map, that's a little too different, you know. What I'm proposing is a blend, a mix between Portal 2's default looks and some more casual experimentation, like the one I'm doing right here. Or like the one I'm doing in Hammer. Let me grab a screenshot of it. Open in... okay. Then let me hide this away while I browse. Yeah, kind of. Oh, the art therapy in Portal 2 is the co-op campaign. It's kind of a mix between Wheatley and some elements of Old Aperture and of Clean. Oh, more videos. Let's see. Oh my god, hands, that looks amazing. Holy crap. Wow, that is absolutely amazing. Like this part right here. That's a little bit more or less like it was in the original map pack. Even though it's way better, it's more or less the same, but this part right here, wow. Just wow, man. That looks amazing. I love the parallax, and I love how you can clearly see the fog in the background. Yeah, that's amazing. That is absolutely amazing. Great work. I also love that these are animated. That's amazing. That's a really nice detail. Wait a second. Is that the old Pato logo? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, inconsistency detected. But wow, man, that looks amazing. Well, I'm glad I could spot it just in time for you to fix it. Yeah, but that looks amazing. Wow, great work. Some tough competition here. Some very tough competition here. Yeah, he is. Okay, I was actually going to look for a screenshot of my hammer map. Let me see if I can find one. This one. So I have this, and it's kind of like Clean and kind of like art therapy and kind of like Whitley, but actually it's just a stage, but yeah. So I was playing around with mixing new textures, new details. This is all, by the way, inspired by this guy right here. Or rather, this guy right here. Let me turn on the dark background and the light layers again. I was trying to copy this theme to Portal 2, like how you have some missing frames and the night light and, you know, the hazard strip details. I was trying to copy that. Also this canvas. Also this turret. Right here. So yeah, I was like, notice this little bit between the ant lines. This is straight out of this. Where is it? Like here, that connects the ant lines. This was just an experiment, by the way. So this is my little stage for experiments. It's literally just a stage. Yep, that turret is painted and so is the background. It's just like right here. Oh, nice background and stuff, but then you take a closer look and it's a canvas, a literal canvas with paint on it. Same goes for the turret. You're like, oh no, a turret, but you get closer and it's just painted. because I painted this turret just like I painted like this snowman on the wall. That's the whole joke, I guess you could call it. So yeah, I'm actually working on a map right now that takes that theme, but instead of it being a stage, it's an actual map, because that one was just an experiment. I'm working on a proper map that uses that. Also, you know how I have these red strips right here? I have the same thing in this map now. All inspired by the Mari0 map pack. The laser strips. Yeah. One inspires the other. Yeah, let me show you the snowman a little closer. Let me also remove the dark back thing. Remove the desaturation. Nah, I can't keep the desaturation. Yeah, but as I've said before, Stract gave me full-on permission. Hold on, I think I have a screenshot of him giving me permission, right here. Hazard stripes are cool, hazard stripes for everyone, so Stract gave me the green light to steal from Desolation. He allowed me to steal. So I didn't steal, I borrowed it with permission. But also, oh yeah, that's the hold on, I have a screenshot of that as well. This, the infamous avocado theme, which I'm working on sometimes, on and off. It's kind of working, but kind of not, because Discord updates keep messing them up. I have it on GitHub if you want, but it's really incomplete at the moment, and I only use it sometimes. Needs a lot of work. And time, which I don't have. It's not a priority anyways. Wait, what happened? Oh right, the sunlight, okay. So more flowers. No, I kinda feel like Bob Ross painting these flowers. Actually, if you were to point out that I am using light theme, I would promptly give you this. Congratulations, you've pointed out that I use light theme. I had to make this image because people were just constantly pointing out that I use light theme. Just constantly pointing out. So I made this image. Congratulations. Yeah, I'm starting to realize I have a screenshot for just about everything I need in my life. Well, yeah, I have to use the inspector to apply my custom theme, the avocado theme. Nope, not here. Here. Not gonna lie, this is looking really good. Flowers. Flowering vines, to be more precise. Actually, let me play around with the colors a bit. Not gonna use darker. Magenta doesn't really stand out. Purple looks a little odd, doesn't it? Yeah, it's kind of hard in the eyes. Maybe this one? It doesn't make much of a difference. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep it like this. Maybe it's a little bit too much. Not sure. Then again, I have the transparency layers that I can play around with. Like I can just... Nah, I'm not gonna do this. Just gonna do this instead. Can make the vines a little lighter. Excuse me? Have I? Yes, I have been painting. Right, that's actually correct. I forgot I made the flowers in a different layer. That looks alright. But now if I do this and give the flowers a purple overlay, maybe? Violet overlay. No, actually it's not the wrong layer. I actually used the vines in one layer. Yeah, it was intentional. The vines in one layer but the flowers in another, because I'm just playing around with the flowers at the moment. I'm not sure if I'm going to keep them. I'm probably going to keep them though. This too light? Maybe this? Or maybe it's a little bit too light and hard to see? Let me try one thing, actually. Thank you, OBS. Hope you guys can hear me again. Yeah, that's what I was about to do. I was about to change the vines overlay color to maybe something like this. Maybe? Nah, that's a little bit too dark. I like it light like this. Maybe then change these colors, something like this, but that's a little bit too dark. Oops. Like this. Kinda loses that, I forget the name of this color. Fuchsia? I like this color. Like this, maybe? Yeah, I think that could work. Like this. So let's add some flowers in here. Let me just hide this temporarily. Yeah, that could work. And now this. Oops, not here. Yeah, this looks nice, I think. And maybe in here, in the second layer of transparency, I can change the vines a little more. Ideally, I would have some shadows to better indicate the depth, like shadows of sort. Yeah, that's really subtle and hard to spot. Really subtle. I wanted to communicate depth a little better. Like how sometimes it goes on top and sometimes it goes behind. Like here maybe some here. I usually don't decorate this early on, but it's important to get it right now before I commit to it. But that's barely noticeable. That's the problem, it's barely noticeable. When you're zoomed in, yeah, it's noticeable, but once you zoom out, it's just not there. Yeah, it's definitely better than nothing, but like in some places it's just confusing. Maybe that's too much. Having flowers lit up by the sun, maybe that's a little bit too much. It's not going to hurt to experiment a little bit. It's very subtle, but it makes a huge difference in the end, I guess. Like from afar. It's hard to identify what it is, but people notice. I'm not gonna have this here, not this here. I just realized what an undertaking this theme is going to be, because previously well, then again, I had to do this snowfall here and the waterfall here, the tree here, but like I'm gonna have to do this all over the place. I just realized. Oh my god, it's going to take forever. Well, it's a good thing I decided to do this on an extended weekend. Wait, actually it doesn't go here. Because there's no sunlight in this area. Can only shine where there is sunlight. I could team span, I could, but that's going to look repetitive though. Is the problem, is my main concern. I am very concerned that people would just, oh, notice that it's the same exact vine somewhere else. Like, I'm okay with copy and pasting tiles, but like this chamber right here, the background has some cables and some cables here. Each map has its own cable. What's going on? Why are you having a heart attack? Hello? Oh no! It's having a heart attack. Okay, let me save here and close this. You better now? Not having a heart attack? Thank you. Yeah, it's not the first time that's happened. But yeah, as I was saying, I like having these little details that are unique to each level. Like right here, the cable follows the geometry of the tiles. I think that's a nice touch to have. Or how, like right here, it goes from one wall to the other and then it's snapped here and it touches the tile, stuff like that. Or how each level has its own light layer. Let me show you the light layer. This one. Whoops. How each level has its own overlays and shadows and stuff. Like right here there's this sideways one, and right here there are the cables. I like having unique stuff in each map, so that's why I try to avoid copy and pasting as much as I can. The obvious downside of it is that I have a crap ton of work to do to make each level unique. But I think it's worth it in the end. I hope it's worth it in the end. Yeah, I could change the length of the vines maybe. Does this make a difference? Let's see. Yes, it definitely makes a difference. It's barely noticeable, but once you turn it on, you can't unsee it. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep it. Right, so now we have some vines with flowers. Although, now that I look at it, it should probably have some parts of the background a little more prominent. Well, first of all, I think I'm going to merge the flowers. I think I'm okay with having flowers here. But the thing I was talking about is how the vines are always on top of these. I don't want them always on top. Yeah, like that, and then remove it here, not here though. Where else? Here, here, and here, like this. Yeah, and just to show that it's actually interacting with this tile as opposed to just hanging around. And here, I think that looks alright. Yeah, looks fine. Absolutely fine. Yeah, that looks good. I am content with it. Although, oh no, now that I've realized that the leaves, not leaves, leaves, they're a little bit too bright. Too bright. Too green. Maybe? What's the color of the vines though? It is this green, so maybe it's not the best idea to replace with that color, but I can maybe have a little bit of green, like, oh no, now it's just, yeah, that's not going to work. Guess I'm gonna have to keep it like this. Maybe I could have this entire part right here on, whoops, yeah, actually, hold on, that's not what I meant to do. Something like this. Yeah, so instead of growing on here, it's growing here. I think that works better. Except now I gotta change this leaf right here. Yeah, that's better. But now I gotta do this with this layer. And this layer. Yeah, that works. I think. Very flowery. Right, so we have our first vine. This entire time was spent on this vine. But that's the nice thing, though. Like, it took me a long time to draw this vine, just like it took me a lot of time to draw a lot of things. But now that I have this, I can use this as a template to make other vines. I can just go to the tiles, copy this color, and like put it here or something, like whatever, and just winging it. Just as an example, I can just copy it, add the flowers as desired, and just go copying layer by layer. That's the counterbalance of spending a lot of time in this section. You can just go around, copy and paste stuff, kind of. It's not exactly copy and paste, it's mimicking. Yes, that's the word, it's mimicking. So, yep, that works. Alright. Yes, I do plan on having multiple types of colors because, like I was saying, I want the pinks, but I also want the purples. I love this purple right here, for instance, or this one. I would love to have, like, somewhere on the chamber, some flowers of this color right here. Something like this. Like that. Yes, I'm also going to have vines with no flowers. That's going to be the majority of them. I want to have bushes and vines, but I also want some, like I said, like this, mostly green with small packs of flowers, I guess, like concentrations of flowers, but the rest is mostly green, like here, with moss and stuff. I have not considered white flowers. That is something to think about, although I'm probably not going to have them, just to be safe, because white flowers could probably be a little confusing near portalable surfaces, maybe, not sure. But I'm going to have some mushrooms too, maybe. Mushrooms, how would they look like? I'm probably going to have mushrooms here, like near the shadows of this area. Because like, I imagine it would rain here, right? Would rain here, and this area would receive very little sunlight, so maybe that's something to consider. But I could have a couple mushrooms here. Trying not to have them touch the laser catcher. maybe something like this, except of course it wouldn't be this much red. I'm going to balance the color. Something like this. Wait, how do mushrooms look like? Let me actually open a different search. Mushrooms. There we go. That's a reference. These ones as well, maybe. What I was thinking of, I was thinking of those that grow on walls. Let me see if I can find one. Yes, absolutely. Huh, that's strange. Why didn't Span's comments show up here? Why didn't Span's comments show up on the stream? That's bizarre. So there we go, now it showed up. Mushrooms on wall. Like these. The ones that grow on walls. I want those. No, I don't think that happened. Not sure. Okay, let me see if I can find the one I'm thinking of. This one, but except on a much smaller scale. Let me see if I can find it. Mushrooms, mushrooms. Like these. This type of mushroom. That's the one I was looking for. Oh, that's an interesting insect. Wow. Is that real? Or is that fake? That looks fake. Is this a painting? It's a painting, isn't it? Okay, this one. Found it. There. I want this mushroom. I want this mushroom and mushrooms. And I want this one. But let me see if I can find more of these. Wow, this one looks completely bizarre. This is a painting. I don't want a painting, I want a photo. I want a realistic reference. My reference is realistic. This one should do it. Okay, so what I've taken from that is that they're a little bit bigger. Maybe not too big because I don't want to overgrow them. Get it? Overgrow. Here. No, that's too lined up. Okay, that could work. And then have a layer of, let's see. It's kind of orangey. Maybe let's try the orange or brown. It just looks wrong. That looks better. Small layer of orange. What else? I think that's enough for now. We're just gonna continue with the map and then I'll go back to these. These ones are not there. Let me copy the glass from World 1. This one. The exact same size. How convenient. Transparent. Nothing. Transparent 2, maybe? There we go. There. So now that's glass. And now I have a cat as company. Well, one of my cats, at least. Okay. What's the next step? I've done fizzlers. Oh, I should probably work on the laser emitters. I should copy the ones from here, actually. Because even though I used these on laser fields, I could probably use them for actual lasers as well. There. It's starting to come together. Also, something that I do while mapping is figure out where I want light to come from. Like for instance, I could have this ceiling open. Come on. There we go. Like maybe have this ceiling open. And there. But I don't know if that's going to be too much. I don't want to overlight it you know. Gotta have some level of restraint, I guess. Some restraint. Right here, it doesn't matter. Anything above doesn't matter because I'm still going to work out the layout. Could even be up to here. Something like this. Maybe. That's when I decide if I should or shouldn't have this type of light here. Like in the laser, I don't think I should. Now that I think of it, because it doesn't need that type of light there. I mean, it could call for attention towards the laser, but at the same time, it's not really necessary. Where else could I have sunlight? Could have it here, maybe. Oops. Like here. Not sure. This. And like this. Thing is, that feels like a little bit too much. Or maybe it isn't, I'm not sure. Maybe some here. Yeah, and here I can see this working here because it's a light bridge, so having light here is kind of funny in a way. I think that's enough, right? Don't want to overlight it. Don't want to have light coming out of every possible ceiling gap. Like right here, I don't think it would look good here. Since this is non-portalable, I could have some vines here. But, or a bush. Bush? Well. Something like this. But without flowers. Maybe. Not sure. Not sure if a fern would look good here. Since the player never really gets to this area, I can probably have some vines growing out of here. But in here it's going to be the purple type. Oh my god, I'm so tired of listening to that same song all the time. Also, I was thinking of having 1 or 2 water dripping areas somewhere. It's something I've done in Hollow Purpose, but doesn't work that well here because no animated tiles or anything to work with. At least not until I start modding this. So, purple. I don't know, that looks weird, doesn't it? What was that one again? The one I liked? Let me duplicate this. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm going for. Like this one, but not this one. Where was it? Where was it? Where was it? This one. I was going for this one actually. Or let me see if I can find a better one. Yeah, like this one, maybe. Let me go to the old one. this one. I'm going to try to make it look like this one, or kind of like this, yeah. Hanging flowers. Thing is, unlike the other vines, this one is not going across, it's just going on this side, on this wall. Oh wow, I've been streaming for 3 hours. Wait, 3 hours? 3 hours? That can't be right. I would think it was like 3 hours and a half. Well, 2 hours is the limit that live streams can go back to when you're watching them live. Like, if they surpass 2 hours, you can't go back further. Like, if the stream is going on for 3 hours, you cannot go to the start of it. I started at 10:30? Wait, no. I started at 11 on my end, so 2.5 hours actually. Well, 11 on my end, so now it's 1:40, so yeah. You're confusing me, TeamSpan. Not sure what you're trying to say there. Yeah, that's going to be a problem, isn't it? Hold on a second. There. Does it make it better for you now? Is it easier to see now? Are you offended yet? So I need a portable surface there, which I can borrow from this one. Oh, okay. Well, I think I've been going on for 2 hours and 40 minutes. So I'm probably going to end it when I complete 3 hours. Well, that means in 20 minutes I'm going to end it. My problem with this is that it's not really doesn't show up too well, I think. I don't know, it seems lacking. What I could maybe do instead is to have how do I want to do this? Let me open up Whitley. Maybe have a broken tile. Do I not have broken tiles here? Do I really not have broken tiles? Wow, I have no broken tiles. Amazing. How did I manage to do this? Was it a conscious choice? That is so strange. Okay. So I have no broken tiles. Okay, so I'm gonna have to make do with this. Not here. Here. What? Did I copy the wrong layer? Of course I did. There we go. So I have this. And on top of it, I'm going to have a couple of these flowers. Why do they look different? Oh, the sunlight, right, sunlight. I had forgotten. Whoops. Like this, maybe. Maybe grill under the portable surface. Like I said, I don't want to overdo it in this area specifically. It kind of disappears at the moment, but that's just a matter of adding the complementary layers later on. Yeah, I think something like this could work. Not like this. Have this guy extend further. Point is, I need a lot of purple here. And the reason why I need a lot of purple here is that I want to make this theme have a specific color palette, which is, like I said before, greens and pinks and purples. And for that to happen, I need to have a lot of purple and pink flowers. So even though it's a little bit unrealistic, it's kind of a compromise to have. Besides, I don't think anyone's going to complain that I have too many flowers in my maps. Like, wow, Hugo, that's a lot of flowers, that's so unrealistic. Like, whatever, it's just flowers. They're not gonna steal your wife or anything. Something like that. Yeah, that could work. That looks good, actually. I just don't know how I'm going to do fern. Let me Google fern. Fern. Fern is difficult. Fern is very difficult. Imagine doing fern in pixel art. That's going to be a huge challenge, which I'm going to leave for tomorrow. For now, I'm just going to finish this flower and then call it a day, because it's almost 2 AM here and I need to sleep as well. It's not just mapping, I need to sleep as well. Surprisingly. So I could have this bit missing. Yes, exactly. It's very difficult. I'm gonna steal this guy. No, I'm not going to steal that one. I'm going to steal this one, because this one has a base. I need this base. Matter of fact, I should probably add bases here, because those are the only panels I have, and in here, well, this one doesn't have. I'm inconsistent. Okay, it's okay to be inconsistent sometimes. No one's going to hold you against it. I need the half tiles that come with them. Where are they? Here. Wow, it's just short enough. Yeah, exactly. Gonna push this forward and close this off. Alright, that works. So now I have a place for foliage to come from. So it actually comes from maybe here, lingers a bit, then goes down here maybe. Then makes its way on top of the arms. Could be interesting to have some foliage wrapped around the mechanical arms, kind of like a metaphorical way of showing nature taking dominance over the mechanics of mankind. Some kind of poetic thing like that. Anything goes in these maps, to be fair. So like, even mankind's technology couldn't win over nature, and they succumb to it. Or some BS like that. The power of nature is too strong. Wow, that actually will look pretty neat in the end. Having the mechanical parts engulfed. in vines. Okay, that's interesting, I think. That's another thing that Portal 2 seems to be missing, is more interaction between the plants and the elements. Like, usually it's just vines hanging out of ceilings and walls. They're never really involved in the mechanical parts. They almost feel like two separate things, you know? Like an afterthought. Which is a hugely missed opportunity, in my opinion. Well, maybe in moving arms, but not on static ones. I think they just didn't think of it, to be fair. I don't think they thought of it. But I don't think it would be too difficult either, because, I mean, it's just a little bit of physics. They've done it plenty before. I think this looks alright. I think this looks nice. Just gonna make sure that the arms are still visible in the end. Too much. Wrong layer. There. Sunlight time. What did I do to these ones? Same thing. Okay. But I'm not gonna do the same thing because these are a different species of vines and I want them to look different. Oh, that's barely noticeable. Like that? Yeah, that makes a difference. Also, since it's sunlight, these ones glow a little brighter. It's barely noticeable, but it's an effect that makes the difference. No, here. Oops. Well guys, I think I'm going to wrap it up for today. I think 3 hours of streaming myself drawing plants is good enough for a day. I'm going to try to stream tomorrow again. Maybe around the same time, maybe earlier. But yeah, that's how much progress we've made in 3 hours. So now you guys know how long it takes. Just like, picture this, 3 hours. Now imagine how long it would take to do something like this. With all the backgrounds and little lights and snowfall and light sources. Yeah, it's going to take a while. So thank you guys so much for watching, and thanks for sticking around and chatting, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.